G'day guys, here with the deep field Darazani colt. So today's second ride. We've just done some groundwork, we've saddled him up, we've just moved him around again with the saddle on so he could feel the girth and feel the saddle. And now we're going to jump on. So I'm going to have a video of him having his second ride in here, and then at the end of that second ride I'm going to give a bit of a summary of how the ride went and what his next week with me is going to look like and what work we're going to be doing. So as you can see in his attitude, he's just a little bit busy. He's always a little bit sort of sidetracked, looking at his environment all around him, what else is going on. So we've just been doing a lot of work with trying to get him to understand, to pay attention to the handler and the rider. And how we do that, he's doing different groundwork drills and rhythm drills where we move his feet left, right, forward and back to get his attention back on us and have him sort of start to learn that when the handler and the rider's around him, that he needs to pay attention to them. So as you can see, he still needs a fair bit of work on that. He's still looking everywhere else but on me. He's always still sort of looking to be busy and moving his feet around. But we'll do different drills throughout his braking process to sort of try and encourage him to, one, learn to pay attention to us, and two, encourage him to stand still and make the most of the opportunity to rest and relax when we give it to him. So I'm going to jump on him now. I'm going to do a brief sort of ride in here. You can see how he moves around, how he is physically, and sort of get a bit of a gauge on what he looks like now and how he develops through the braking process and through his career as a racehorse. So not a bad second ride. As you can see in his attitude, when he's been ridden a couple of times there, he'd sort of slow up near the door of the round yard or the wall of the round yard that's closest to his yard and his friends. You then ask him to increase his pace and to keep the pace he originally set him at. And he'd sometimes get a bit of a fright and shoot forwards and then sort of come back. That little bit of inconsistency in him just keeping the same speed instead of just being a bit flighty at different times, just looking to shoot off or sort of kick out. That will get better with different drills we'll do. We do drills out in the arena where we sort of just set a speed and just ask him to consistently keep that speed. If he looks to slow up and drop back, we just sort of give him a squeeze and push him back into the gate that we set him at, so the walk, trot or canter. And when he starts to piece together more and more the cues that I'm using under saddle to get him to move forwards, that'll become better too. So you see in his attitude here, he's just a little bit busy, a little bit impatient. Now we've worked, he's obviously used up a bit of that energy, so he's more inclined to want to make the most of standing still. So this is sort of where we give him the chance to stand still now, get his breath back. As we do that, just sort of give him a paddle over, pat on his rump. See, he's just a little bit touchy there, so I'm just going to give him a pat on his rump. So just make the most of the opportunity where he's looking to stand still and get his breath back. We'll then also just give him a pat and do some desensitizing under saddle. Just have him happy doing that. So like I said, it's a bit of a warm day today and it's sort of heated up sort of in here, so he's sweating a bit more now. So the chance for him to stand still and relax and make the most of it, give him the opportunity to stand still and not move is something we can look to reinforce here as well, because like I said, you know, he's ridden through this heavy sand here for about 5 to 7 minutes roughly. He's sort of got a bit of a sweat up, sort of panting a little bit as well. So like I said, this is a good opportunity for us to give him that chance to stand still. If he wants to move off, we'll just sort of flex his head left and right until he stops moving his feet. If he wants to start sort of moving, like sort of pushing his nose down and sort of reefing out on the bridle, we'll just sort of flex him around again, just sort of get him to understand, just to think give and not sort of push his nose out and root his nose out towards the ground. And like, you know, we're just looking to have him look forward and make the most of the opportunity to stand still and get his breath back when we give him that chance. last thing we want is for a horse to always be looking to move off. We'd like to teach our horses that, particularly at this younger age, when you give them the opportunity to stand still and relax, that they learn to take that opportunity and to stop moving their feet and to chill out. And how we do that is work them around, give them the opportunity to stand still. If they look to then start getting a bit busy and move, we can then go back to doing more work, give them the opportunity to stand still. So eventually they start piecing together that standing still is quite easy and to make the most of standing still. If they want to move and start moving their feet, then they go back to work and we start doing some groundwork drills or ridden drills. Start putting under some, start doing some physical activity with them, and then go back to give them the opportunity to stand still again. So eventually they'll start piecing together that they give them the chance to stand still, to make the most of that. And if they do choose to start moving off and getting a little bit impatient, then they've made the choice to go back to work as well. So we're just trying to do some conditioning training where we piece that together. Like I said, he's very, very early on in his education here, and he has got that mindset of being a bit busy, so nothing out of the ordinary to have a horse that wants to move around like he does, and we'll just sort of just keep working on it day on day, and eventually, as you sort of, hopefully you'll see as the videos go on, we'll try and follow his progress, and you'll see him making the most of giving the opportunity to stand still, and under saddle, you'll see him to be a bit more consistent, understanding the cues to move off and depart in the different gaits and different speeds we set, without overreacting and sort of shooting off or kicking out at the reins or the rider's leg when that pressure's put on. So all in all, I'm happy with how he's coming along. You know, he'll start piecing this together a lot better, and it's only his second ride. For him to be riding like that, his second ride, I think he's doing really well. Physically, he's a nice type of horse. Athletic, he moves through the sand here quite well, and the sand can be a bit thick and a bit heavy. This is his first time having someone on his back, so he has to sort of try and navigate through that sand and also keep his balance with the weight of the rider up above him as well. So all in all, he's doing really, really well. And after he has one more ride in here with me, you'll then go out in the arena and we'll do some more arena work. We'll start doing some arena work. We'll do that for about 3 or so days, and then he'll be out going for long rides around my property here, out here at the farm, having a good look around at different things, different environments for him to be ridden through and to come to terms with. And through those longer rides as well, he'll start getting more and more comfortable with the environment around him and what's been asked. But all in all, very happy with how he's coming along, and we'll try and keep documenting his progress whilst he's here.